Hi again, everybody. Time for our little Sunday evening get together here from the Weather Hub. Chief Meteorologist Mark Henderson with you. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend and that you've been able to take full advantage of the late summer warmth we've been treated to here for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. It's our 10th straight day with temperatures at or above 80 degrees. And believe it or not, 25 days in a row with above normal temperatures. Wow, what an incredible run it has been. Obviously, we could use some rainfall. That too is something we'll be discussing here over the course of perhaps the next 24 hours or thereabouts. We mentioned 10 straight days at or above 80 degrees, 25 straight days above normal. One of those streaks is likely to come to an end here fairly shortly. The other, though, likely to continue here for quite some time. So why don't we take a look at what's going on right now? Here is the radar picture here as we look at and see something we really haven't seen all that regularly here over the past month or month and a half. Pretty decent complex of showers and thunderstorms lining up from north central Wisconsin, draping back into southeastern Minnesota, much of the state of Iowa, and then back on into southeastern Nebraska. Now, this rain eventually will have its sights set on us here in the state line. It's just going to take a while. You look at this picture and you think, oh, maybe we could get rain later on tonight. That's not going to be the case. I do think, though, that as we head into tomorrow, especially during the afternoon hours tomorrow, that may be a bit of a different scenario. So, why don't we time this out for you hour by hour through our high resolution precision cast model? We start things off here at 10 o'clock tonight, where we do see that complex of showers and thunderstorms slowly inching eastward into northeastern Iowa, southeastern Minnesota. We'll take this 3 hours at a time here, and so we'll next stop things at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you see not a whole lot of movement in a southeastward fashion. So again, I don't think this is going to impact our overnight plans. In fact, I don't think this is going to impact our morning commute tomorrow because the following image that you're about to see is the picture for 7 o'clock here Monday morning. And you can see no progress southeastward whatsoever. So now you get to thinking, is this ever going to make its way in our neck of the woods? Yes, we do believe that there will start to be a bit of an eastward or southeastward push. Probably not going to happen until the afternoon or evening hours here tomorrow. That last image you saw was 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Here we are at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Now we start to see things becoming more widespread off to the west. And what I think we're going to see here, especially as we get into the late afternoon, early evening hours, is a little bit more progress eastward. There we are at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's when I think that we will start to talk about rain chances and maybe some thunderstorms working into our neck of the woods. Now, how much sunshine do we see in the morning or early in the afternoon? That may go a long way in determining whether or not we have a severe weather risk to discuss. At this point in time, I don't think that that's a major concern for us, given the fact that the atmosphere is so dry and lacking moisture. I don't worry too much in the way about severe weather, but I do think that showers and a few embedded rumbles are going to become likely here later tomorrow afternoon and then into tomorrow evening. This is the picture at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. The worst of the activity, or at least the heaviest of the rain, looks likely to be up until around 8, 9, 10 o'clock or thereabouts. From that point forward, we might start to see this activity become a little bit more scattered. This is the picture at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, and then we'll fast forward into the post midnight hours or early into Tuesday morning. Now, I don't think we lose this shower activity entirely. In fact, we could be in for a nice soaking rain. This is exactly what we've been needing here for a long, long time. For as slow moving as these showers and thunderstorms will be to arrive here, I also think they'll be fairly slow moving to get out of here. And so we could be looking at a period of several hours of wet weather. And again, this is exactly what we need for our lawns, which are becoming severely burnt out, for maybe our plants, which we've been forced to water over and over and over again for them to survive. So this is certainly some good news. Now, this is the picture at 7 o'clock on Tuesday morning, and it shows that even though there could be a lingering shower on a hit or miss basis Tuesday morning, we don't anticipate there to be a whole lot of wet weather that would govern the daytime hours of our Tuesday. That's 10 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, showing most, if not all, of the rainfall well off to our south and east. So, as far as precipitation goes, over the course of the next 36 hours or thereabouts, we're not looking at anything that's going to single handedly bust the drought that has emerged over quite some time, but we could actually see some relatively significant rainfall accumulation, maybe a half inch, three quarters of an inch. There could be a spot or two if you get some of those heavier thunderstorms that get an inch and a half, 2 inches. But overall, a nice general soaking rain, which again, this is exactly what we need. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be it for rainfall over the course of the next several days. This is the 5 day rainfall forecast coming to us from the Weather Prediction Center. And it suggests that there's not a ton of rainfall that's going to come beyond what we see tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and into early portions of the day on Tuesday. Heavier rains are going to be found off to the north and west, and then just off to our east. But again, quarter inch, half inch, we'll take whatever we can get. Now, this is going to be associated with a cold front, a pretty potent cold front at that. Let's talk about if this is something that has the potential of producing severe weather in and around our neck of the woods. Let's turn on the day two outlook, which is going to be the period that takes us from 7 a.m. tomorrow to 7 a.m. on Tuesday. And you can see the general green that we see here. That means that some thunderstorms are possible, but it does not place us into any severe weather mode tomorrow or tomorrow night. I do want to take a look at the longer range temperatures because we mentioned that there's going to be a cold front that'll be coming through here that will drag our temperatures down. I still think we could hit close to 80 degrees tomorrow, but I think that there will be dramatically cooler temperatures, although not cold, but dramatically cooler temperatures that settle in here for Tuesday and Wednesday. And when I say cooler, I'm talking about highs in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees, which is still right around, if not maybe a touch above normal for this time of year. So the streak of 80s could extend one more day tomorrow, but then from there, we anticipate that streak coming to an end with the streak of above normal temperatures, which is now 25 days in a row. That's not going to be ending anytime soon. Longer range forecast here, which is going to take us, this is the 6 to 10 day outlook, which takes us all the way up until October 15th. Above to well above normal temperatures across much of the country, anchored right here over the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. How about as we go into the 8 to 14 day period? So that's going to take us from next Monday all the way through 2 weeks from today, the 19th of the month. Again, well above normal temperatures are likely to occur. Now, that's not to say we won't have a cool day here or there. We certainly will, but above normal temperatures are likely nowhere to be going, not to be going away anytime soon. Now, how about precipitation? That we could certainly use more in the way of precipitation. I just don't see the pattern shifting in any wholesale form that's going to talk about above normal precipitation or in any meaningful precipitation outside of a couple showers here or there. We do look to stay near to slightly below normal temperatures, or I'm sorry, near to slightly below normal rainfall through the 15th of the month, and near normal precipitation is expected as we go through the next 2 weeks by and large. So, unfortunately, the sprinklers, which we've had to use here fairly regularly for quite some time, I do think we may need those here for the foreseeable future. Let's talk 7 day forecast here, shall we? Good chance for some showers, maybe some thunderstorms here tomorrow, primarily late in the afternoon, and then continuing into tomorrow night. High up to 80 degrees tomorrow. Could be a touch warmer if the showers hold off a little bit later in the day. And if we see a little more in the way of sunshine leading up to those showers. Then 70 degrees for a high temperature on Tuesday, all the way down to 40 on Tuesday night. 68 for a high temperature Wednesday. Now, that may look cool because we haven't had a temperature like that in close to a month, but that's still going to be a degree or two above normal. And then another warming trend gets underway. We're up to 70 on Thursday, lower to middle 70s on Friday, mid 70s on Saturday, and then all the way up to 81 degrees again on Sunday. Yes, 81 degrees. And this, again, this coming weekend, that's Columbus Day weekend. So a long weekend for a lot of the kiddos. So maybe a good opportunity to do a little bit of hiking, maybe even take a swim one last time. I know a lot of pools have been still functioning quite nicely here across the state line here these last several days with all of the heat. If you are a pool owner, don't don't shut it down just yet, because I do think we're going to have another opportunity to use them here later this week and into or later this week and into this weekend. So there you have it. Yeah, the summer like warmth that we've seen here of late going to ease a little bit here for the next couple of days, but by no means is it done. There are no signs of any bona fide fall like weather coming our way anytime soon, at least for the next 2 weeks. All right, that's it for our little Sunday evening get together. Thanks so much for being with us here. It's always a pleasure to be with you. Hopefully, you have a wonderful start to the week and a wonderful week as a whole. We look forward to seeing you again here very, very soon. Thanks for your continued support of the Weather Hub, and have a great night.